Yeah, I mean, there's 45,000 diagnoses of cancer annually in Ireland. There's an increase of about 3 or 4% annually. And we know that cancer services were overstretched before the pandemic. So needless to say, there'll be massive pressure. I remember in the summer that the dog tracks had opened before many cancer services had reopened. So I hope we get our priorities right this time round. And we obviously need massive investment in public health, including cancer screening and cancer services in general. It's World Cancer Day, and it's great to hear from survivors of it. And I think it's really important as well to mention on World Cancer Day the CervicalCheck scandal. And I think probably the whole nation yesterday saw Lindsay Bennett speaking in relation to the settlement with the HSE. And I think it's really important to point to Vicky Phelan and her call-outs today as well, that who do the HSE think that they're fooling in relation to still not expecting liability and paying out these settlements at the same time. The Taoiseach, the then Taoiseach, the leader of your party, Fergus, promised that no woman would be dragged through the courts. That was a promise. And the HSE are fighting dying women to the grave in courts today.
But that is what is actually happening is true. And
that there is a tribunal in place, mediation is available.
It's important to note as well, though, that the women who were affected by the CervicalCheck scandal were not happy, or many of them were not happy with the way the tribunal was set up. They wanted it done differently, and that didn't happen. That is true. And what we consistently see is men in positions of power telling women what is best for them and not listening to them.
A question of fact. And you can respond when Holly's finished. Fergus, we'll let Holly finish and then respond.
Yeah, but she can't tell untruths here.
I'm not telling untruths. That is true.
And the women actually said that they did accept.
You're clearly not listening to women, and this is something that we see routinely from this state. Men in positions of power telling women what is best for them without actually consulting them. I think it's very important to actually directly quote what Vicky Phelan has said on Twitter today, that not enough was done by the state.
Right. I accept that.
The HSE is dragging women through the courts to their grave because over this. It's not okay for you to say that. It's a false narrative. And I would like to actually just read out what Vicky has called for, because it's very important. Acknowledgement of the harm done, accept that the programme did fail, and engage meaningfully with advocates for patients. Now, that has not been done properly. And if that is what the women are saying who are affected by it, then you can't deny that.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, now, I think the important thing is talk about the truth. And the truth is that the tribunal, the CervicalCheck tribunal, was accepted by the women's group, the 220 plus one. They were, and the press statement is there if you want to look for it later on. The second thing is, I accept absolutely that it shouldn't have to go this way, and nobody wants it to go this way, but it did. And you're quite right. The state did treat these women appallingly. There's no doubt about that. And the state claims agency were absolutely wrong.
Why don't you do better now then? Do more.
I would like to
listen to the women.
Well, look, I am listening to women, and you're wrong to say that men.
Why was that
Can I make this point, please?
Because I think this is yesterday. Then talking about leaving her two daughters behind her.
I have. Look, all I can say is that, as a man, I am a father and I'm a grandfather and I have grandchildren. I would hate their mum to be taken from them, or to have an illness like this. So it is wrong to say that men don't care.
I didn't say men don't care, but despite Supreme Court rulings, despite the Scally report saying that this programme, CervicalCheck programme, was destined to fail, and the state apology, the HSE still won't take any actual responsibility or liability. They say they deeply regret different turns of events, but don't accept anybody. And who do they think they're fooling when they're paying out settlements?
The Scally report said that there was catastrophic failure of the system.
And that it was destined to fail.
Hold on now. Yes, of course.
Sorry, Fergus, we're losing you on the microphone. There's one.
Sorry, yeah.